Welcome back mga kabayan. Nagbabalik po muli ang inyong lingkod upang magbigay sa inyo ng mga bago at nagbabagang mga balita. Tila ba naging mainit na usapin ang isyong ito sa mundo ng social media? Nagbigay ng matinding babala si Senadora Amy sa kanyang kapatid na si Pangulong Kuting kaugnay sa pamamahala nito sa bansa. Sa isang pahayag, hinimok ng senadora ang kanyang kapatid na ayusin ang kanyang personal na buhay upang mapabuti ang kanyang pamumuno. Mahalaga at maayos na pamumuhay upang maging epektibo sa respetadong lider, ani Senadora Amy. Hindi sapat ang magaling ka sa politika, kailangan ding maayos ang iyong personal na buhay upang magkaroon ng kredibilidad sa mata ng publiko. Ayon din sa Senadora, ilang beses na niyang pinaalahanan ang kanyang kapatid tungkol sa mga isyong personal na maaaring makakaapekto sa kanyang kakayahan bilang pinuno ng bansa. Ang pagiging isang pampublikong lingkod ay nangangailangan ng mataas na antas at integridad at disiplina, dagdag pa ng senadora. Bagamat hindi nagbigay ng detalyadong impormasyon si Senadora Amy tungkol sa mga partikular na isyong tinutukoy niya, malinaw na ang kanyang mensahe na nais niyang tulungan ng kanyang patid na maging mas mabuting lider. Kung gusto kong magtagumpay si Kuting bilang Pangulo, ngunit kailangan niyang magpakita ng magandang halimbawa sa publiko, ani ng senadora. Sa ngayon, wala pang opisyal na pahayag mula kay Pangulong Kuting tungkol sa babala ng kanyang kapatid. Marami ang nag-aabang sa magiging tugon ng Pangulo sa isyong ito, lalo na ito ay nagmula mismo sa kanyang kapamilya. Patuloy na tututukan ng publiko ang mga susunod na hakbang ni Pangulong Kuting at kung paano niya harapin ang hamon na ibinigay sa kanya ni Senadora Amy. Ang isyong ito ay nagpapakita ng kahalagahan ng integridad at responsibilidad sa larangan ng pampublikong serbisyo, lalo na sa pinakamataas na posisyon ng bansa. Well, para nga sa buong impormasyon ay panoorin na lamang ang buong video. At kung bago ka pa lamang sa aking channel, huwag kakalimutang mag-subscribe, pindutin ang notification bell at piliin ang all upang laging maging updated sa mga bago at nagbabagang mga balita. At sa mga solid viewers naman natin dyan, maraming salamat naman po sa patuloy na pagtangkilik sa ating channel. Tuloy-tuloy lang po ang laban para sa katotohanan at para na rin sa kinabukasan ng ating pinakamamahal na bansang Pilipinas.
Proposed. Tuloy-tuloy lang ang basa. At wala naman nagtataas ng kamay, edi tapos, approve na. Tama ba yung pagkaintindi ko ng transcript na binigay ninyo?
Hindi po. Yung pong public hearing is a consultation process na kung saan po yung
No, but in the
bawat
transcript
party,
itself, there's nobody else speaking.
kasi po,
There's just a
it depends
readout
po
of the
kung sino,
same old chapter
po
without
yung,
any changes.
ang changes po will be coming from the parties kung meron po silang position kung tungkol sa tariff kung
In the
i-maintain
meantime,
or
you proceed
i-reduce.
with the reading of the existing tariff lines.
We proceeded po line by line and then fina-flash po sa screen ano po
Okay.
yung specific
Yes.
heading and the tariffs. And
Precisely.
then the whether government or private sector po will state whatever their position on the specific
Tama.
tariff line po.
Ganun
So
din.
yung nagbigay ng position, sila lang po yung nasa transcript. But during the before and after the presentation, we remind all the parties invited that they can submit, that they are supposed to submit their official
Sure.
position paper po.
Of
And
course, we're
then,
familiar with the nature of public hearings.
Opo. And then we also posted the summary of the position of the parties para yung iba rin po pwede mag-react in the website of the
Okay,
Tariff
naintindihan natin yan. So, pare-pareho tayo. Pagkaintindi natin, babasahin. Kung may angal o may suggestion, magtataas ng kamay. Kung nakalimutan, pwede naman mag-submit later on. Okay, sa pagbasa ng transcript na yan, was there any new tariff rate for rice proposed or discussed? Wala po akong makita. Sa buong transcript, walang umangal, walang nagsabi, ibagsak sa 15% ang taripa. Wala akong makita sa buong transcript, binalibaliktad ko. Saan po nang galing yan? Kung sinasabi ninyo na manggagaling yan sa magtataas ng kamay at magsasuggest ng panibagong taripa, wala naman sa transcript. Saan nang galing yan?
Your Honor, after we specifically have the public hearing on March 20, but it covers the entire chapters, no? But for the March 20, it's only for the agriculture. But we want to take note that even after the public hearing on March 20, the Tariff Commission also conducted 2 public hearings for the same product on September 15 and on September.
Yes, I'd like to finish this lang po.
Opo.
Let's do away with March 10 muna, 'di ba? Tsaka na tayo doon sa September. Tapusin muna natin yung transcript ng March 10. Sa March 10, walang
March 20
sa March 20, walang nagbanggit tungkol sa 15% pagbagsak ng taripa. Tama? Wala talaga. The transcript only contains 6 pages of discussions about rice tariffs, the single speaker being Dr. Ordonez. Tama po?
Opo.
Okay. So, did you consider on September 15 consultative meeting regarding the petition of the Foundation for Economic Freedom of former Secretary Montemayor to reduce the tariff from 35 to 10% in the formula of EO 62, modifying the nomenclature and rates of import duties on various products? Nalilito ako bakit bigla-bigla? September 15, may sumulpot na bago. Wala naman diniscuss sa March 20. Biglang dumating na lang. And the petitioner stated, our petition, I believe, is up to 6 months. Then we hope the world markets normalize. We can return to the previous tariff regime. So, clearly, the petitioners were not asking to decrease. So, saan galing yung 15% na pagbagsak? Hindi lumabas sa March. Opposite ang sinabi, ang kabaliktaran ang sinabi nung September. Saan galing ng 15%? Anong klaseng consultative to? Biglang sumulpot na lang yung 15% reduction.
Let me explain po, Madam Senator. So,
I think
after po ng...
it's not an explanation that's required at this juncture. I think what's important is for you to cite that part of the transcript where the 15% was recommended or proposed by one of the stakeholders. Can you identify that portion of the transcript where the said 15% reduction was proposed?
There's none in the transcript, Madam. Because
Thank you very much. So neither in the March 20 transcript nor in the September 15 transcript was there a recommendation, proposal, suggestion of a 15% decrease in rice tariffs. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am po. Because it's a different, yung the 2 other public hearings are actually different from the first one, which is March 20. But I'd
In
like
what
to
way
take
are
note
they
that
different, Commissioner Paderon?
Opo.
This was in relation to the 24 chapters of
Opo.
agricultural tariff lines. Certainly, rice is at the core of
Opo.
all our agricultural concerns.
Let me specify po. On the March 20 CRMFN, or the Comprehensive Review of the Tariffs, which was conducted on March 20, it covers the entire chapters 1 to 24 of the agri-sector. But on September 15 po, that is basically the petition of the Foundation for Economic Freedom to reduce the tariff from 35 to 10, and that is basically only covering the rice. But on the October 23 public hearing
Yes.
po,
Can
it
the tariff,
covers po the tariff
wait,
rates
before
of
we go to
rice.
October, tapusin po natin yung September, no?
Opo.
Kasi tungkol sa FFF yan, hindi po
Opo,
ba?
opo.
And then, ang sabi nila,
FEF
up
po.
to 6 months. Ang sabi ng FEF, hindi ba? Can the Tariff Commission rightly use consultative meetings not related to the primary agenda as justification for modifying the nomenclature and the rates of import duty on products? Is this proper procedure?
Ma'am, because
Hindi
there
ba
was...
may agenda yan? May primary agenda, we stick to that. Pare-pareho naman tayo. Dito rin sa Senado, we are confined to our agenda. Bakit nagkaroon ng consultative meeting? It's not related to the primary agenda, and now this becomes the justification for a drastic reduction in tariff.
Hindi po ma'am. So yung petition po kasi ng Foundation for Economic Freedom was submitted to the Commission, and the mandate of the Tariff Commission is to conduct the public hearing and do its investigation and submit its report. So we actually submitted our report to the Committee on Tariff-related Matters for that particular FEF
But
petition.
is
on
it
September
correct that this
28.
was not in your primary agenda?
What do you mean po ng primary agenda, ma'am? Kasi nasa mandate po namin mag-conduct ng public hearing, ma'am. So, every time there is a petition, whether from private or government po, we're obliged po to conduct a public hearing.
Well, of course, you're supposed to conduct a public hearing, but wala rito yung reduction of tariff from 35 to 10%. Let's proceed to the October 23 hearing, which you mentioned, consultative meeting for the extension of EO 10 2022. Tama po ba na yun yung agenda?
Yes po, ma'am.
This is also considered the basis for EO 62. Is that correct?
Aside from the CRMFN conducted from March 20, the two investigations on extending the EO 10 and the petition of the FEF to reduce the rice, these two investigations coincided po with the timeline of the conduct of the comprehensive review of the Tariff Commission. So
Yes,
we
that's what
considered
the
them.
NEDA representative explained during the previous
Opo.
hearing here at the Senate. Ang tinatanong ko, what is the reason for doing so when in fact the agenda and the discussion contained no proposal at all for reducing the tariff of rice? Bakit biglang sumulpot yung tariff ng bigas samantalang wala naman sa lista yun? Ang liwa-liwanag, sabi ninyo, pinaghalo-halo na doon sa comprehensive review. Paano naman ihahalo-halo na lang? Meron bang ganon? According to the transcript, and I hear read, the EDG, yung Economic Development Group, is considering extending the current 35% in-quota and out-quota tariffs for rice for another year, subject to semestral review. Saan galing yun? Basta dineklara na lamang ng NEDA at ng Tariff Commission? Wala naman siyang pinanggalingan eh. Bigla na lang sumulpot yan, nag-conclude na lang kayo sa ending.
Yung extension for the extension of the EO 10 tariffs, the outcome po nun is the EO 50, which was issued on December 22, 2023. But then, yung pong apart from the comprehensive review on the agri, which includes the rice, the investigations on the petition to extend the tariffs under EO 10 and the petition of the FEF, the Foundation for Economic Freedom, they were all considered po in the report that the Tariff Commission submitted in formulating its recommendation, which it submitted to the CTRM NEDA board on January 8, 2024. And we take note that
at no point, Commissioner Paderon, did you consider it essential to have a public hearing with the stakeholders?
Yes
You
po.
just proceeded with your comprehensive review na wala naman kayong kinakausap. Basta, ang sinabi rito, i-extend lang yung EO 10. Wala namang sinasabi na ibabagsak yung taripa sa 15. Basta nagdeklara na lang kayo sa October 23. Tama ba yun? Tapos, ang lumabas yung EO 52 sa December, tapos sa January, yung CTRM na ninyo. Ang tanong ko, saan galing itong EO 62? Walang public hearing walang connection eh. Yung March, September, October, iba yung topic, iba yung agenda. Kahit halo mo pa yung comprehensive review, iba pa yun eh. Alam na natin yan. Kailan kayo nagkaroon ng stakeholders consultative meeting tungkol sa 15% reduction ng rice tariff? It's not here. I don't find it anywhere. Tama po ba?
Ma'am,
sabi ninyo, wala nung March 20, wala rin nung September. Saan dito sa October 23 na recommend itong 15% rice tariff reduction? At sino-sino yung nando na sumang-ayon, maliban sa EDG?
Yung pong mga public hearings that we conducted on EO10 extension of the tariffs on October 23, and then the FEF petition on September 15, we all considered them, Madam Senator, in our report and in our
Yes,
investigation.
Commissioner Padron, you all consider them, but they are not
submitted.
contained in the transcript.
Yes po. May
We are
SOP.
all confined to the transcript in a public hearing. Pare-pareho ang trabaho natin eh. Asa gobyerno tayo, kailangan makakonsulta yung stakeholder.
Yes, Madam Senator.
Ang problema, kung gagawa kami ng report na kami-kami lang ang sumulat, hindi po yun public hearing, di po ba? Hindi kasama yung talagang mga magsasaka na abala sa agrikultura. Tama po ba? Are you therefore admitting that while the report contained such a suggestion and the EGD said so, during the hearing, no stakeholder in fact recommended the 15%? The DA, for your information, at the previous hearing already stated that they had in fact recommended the 50%.
I'd like to take note, Madam Senator, that
Yes.
the Tariff Commission is a recommendatory agency. We submit our recommendations to the NEDA Board CTRM, chaired by the DTI and co-chaired by the NEDA. We note, however, that the President has the delegated
Are
power
you saying?
to increase, reduce, and or modify the
Are
tariffs
you?
po.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Padron, I have to cut you off. You said that you were recommendatory. If
Opo.
you are recommendatory, are you saying that you recommend anything that comes to mind without any consultation?
Hindi po. What we are saying is that,
So are you responsible for consulting?
opo, that's why we conducted the 3 public hearings po.
Yes, but the 3 public hearings had no bearing on rice tariffs.
Opo. We
O inamin na po ninyo, opo, walang kinalaman sa taripan ng bigas yung 3 hearing nung nakaraang taon. Sinabi na po ninyo eh.
hindi
Saan
po.
galing yun?
Ang
Basta nag-recommend kayo nung naisip nyo?
Hindi po,
Hindi po ba yun?
Hindi po. Magkaiba po yung pagkakaintindi po. Ang sinasabi lang po namin,
Hindi po sa pagkaintindi, pagbasa lang. Kasi nagbabasa lang ako ng transcript.
opo, kasi yung pong 3 public hearings, magkakaiba po yung mga petitioners po noon. Yung una po, kami po mismo yung nag-conduct ng tariff review kasi every 5
Kayo
years
na
po
nagsabi
yun.
nun.
Pero yung
Kami
sa
na
pangalawa
mismo
po
ang
yun,
nag-conduct.
Opo,
Kayo
kasi-
lang.
yung
yung ikalawa, yung FEF.
po namin lahat dahil in fact sinabit po namin sa inyong opisina ang listahan po na ng imbita at talagang nag-attend ng public hearing. Yung pong na sumunod ng mga 2 public hearings, lahat po yon sinama po namin lahat yun at consider. So sinasabit po namin yung report sa CTRM and then chaired and then yung
Thank you very
after yun
much.
po isasabit po doon sa NEDO board. And because the President has already
Thank you very much,
spoken.
Commissioner Paderon. Pakisubmit na lang po ng mga naimbita, all those who were present and constituted quorum.
Opo, naisabit na po namin noong June 21. Pwede
I'm
po
sorry, I don't seem
ipacheck
to
po
be in
sa
receipt.
papacheck ko na lang po sa secretariat kasi
Yes. In any case,
sabay po namin binigay kay Senator Villar tsaka sa inyo po.
Yes. Tapos, wala tayong invitation whatsoever sa March, September, at pati October.
We will just reply po in writing because
Nais ko rin tanungin ang
we
ating
have
mga
the-
stakeholders na kompletong-kompleto sa araw na ito. Nakumbida ba kayo noong March 20, September 15, October 23?
Wala po.
House.
meron kaming list of parties in the letter. No. Meron ding list of parties notified and then attendees.
Okay lang. Sige po, Commissioner Paderon, ayoko naman na i-belabor yung mga tanong pero hindi ko talaga mahanap sa transcript. Admitido ninyo na wala talaga sa transcript yung proposal na nanggaling sa mga nakonsulta. Tama po ba?
Wala po yun sa
Wala talaga sa transcript kung
Wala po yung
tatlong
sa
hearing.
petitioners. Wala pong
Kasi
iba po yung petition ng
March,
FEF,
hindi.
it's
March
10%.
20, sinabi na
March
ninyo
20
kanina,
po.
wala talaga. Ayun. March 15, ang FEF, wala rin binanggit na 15%. Tama po ba?
FEF 10% po.
10% 6 months. Tama. Okay. Pero, sa October 23, wala na naman yon except for the mention of EDG. Tama po ba?
Ang petitioner po is the EDG.
Yes, so it's the EDG. Ibig sabihin, hindi stakeholder. EDG ay bahagi ng... Ano ang EDG?
Economic
Economic-
Development Group.
O, sino nagkukumpuni niyan? Sinong members niyan? Sa inyo, sa TARIF o sa NEDA?
Madami po yun eh. Can I defer
Gano'ng kadami? Lahat
to
gobyerno po.
Secretary?
Lahat gobyerno, hindi po ba? All government. Okay, so this is all government sector, iba't ibang grupo, hindi po ba? Isn't that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
None of them represent in any way the private sector or the
They were-
concerned
they were-
agricultural stakeholders.
But they were invited po. Private sector, in fact, the parties notified were 86.
I'm not talking about who was invited any longer. We're no longer discussing the guest list. We are now discussing the single mention of the 15% reduction in tariff in the October 23 transcript, which derives from the EDG.
Opo.
Ang tinatanong lamang, sino yung EDG?
Mga government agencies.
It's government, correct. So, na-invento lang yan. Ganun ba yun? At ang sabi ng EDG, malabo pa. Hindi pa maliwanag. Reading from the transcript, ang tanging sinabi ay, the EDG is considering extending the current 35% in and out quota. Extending 35%. Wala silang sinasabi na ibabagsak sa 15% hanggang 2028. Saan galing yun? Matanong naman ng NEDA. So can you point out to us when, where, at which consultative hearing the reduction of rice tariffs was presented to the industry for consultation?
Yeah, thank you.
Doesn't appear to be in any of the tariff commissioners' transcripts and is merely a mention and not a recommendation, even in the EDG. Can the NEDA enlighten us when this sudden 15% appeared?
Yeah, Madam Chair. Just backtrack lang yung EDG, that's the Economic Development Group. It is headed by SecGo, OSAPEA, Office
Sorry,
of the,
who?
Sec Frederick Go. Yeah. Tapos maraming agencies in government ang involved doon. So,
But that does not belie the fact that they're all government people. They're
Yes,
all
Madam Chair.
officials.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
so they were
Okay.
the petitioner at the time, and then ang pag-conduct kasi ng consultation, that will be the Tariff Commission. So, yung tariff reduction, actually, September, no? September unang pinag-usapan na, and at that time kasi, beginning August of 2023, ito yung ang taas-taas na ng presyo ng ng bigas. And it's actually
Hindi naman, lalong tumaas eh.
yes, parang halos kalahati nga ng inflation natin is really due to the rice inflation. So that was the concern. Kaya noong September, nagkaroon ng petition nga from FEF na ibaba from 35 to 10. So
For 6 months as an emergency measure.
as an emergency measure.
Okay.
Yun. Ano pa?
Saan nga galing yung 15% tariff reduction for 4.5 years to 2028? Yun lang ang tinutumbok namin kasi nalilito kami kasi lahat kami nabigla na lang nung sumulpot yan galing sa NEDA.
Sa NEDA board po, SNIB. So doon po na-discuss kasi pinresent nga yung mga mga resulta ng konsultasyon.
So ang
mga
ibig
hearings.
sabihin, bigla, at which point in the NEDA board, aling NEDA board meeting yan, na sumulpot yung 15% for the next 4.5 years?
Yung June,
Can you give us a
Nung-
date?
yeah, it was in June 8.
June
Ah.
NEDA board?
Yeah.
So that was immediately before the announcement of Secretary Balisacan, is that correct? In the
June
media?
3. June 3 pala po. June 3, NEDA board. June 3
Alright,
NEDA
so
board.
it was June 3, the NEDA board. Was a
Yeah.
consultation with the private sector ever conducted as required by law? Or any other measure of due process exercise?
Ang kinonsider po na due process yung ang naging consultations noong
Wala nga eh. Kaya nga, paano naging due process yun?
Tapos-
Hindi nabanggit. 3 meeting na. Hindi nga
Mm.
binabanggit yan eh.
Hindi, meron po yung from 35 to
No, I'm
to
sorry,
10.
wala nga.
Mm-mm.
Oh, hindi. Suggestion for 6 months as an
Mm,
emergency measure.
Yeah.
Suggestion, which was never ruled upon, by the way.
Yeah. Actually, nagkaroon din naman ng ruling doon. Freedom.
FEF yun.
Mm,
Hindi naman stakeholder yan. Economic
Consumer.
freedom.
Consumer
Ang barkada
sila.
yung mga ekonomista.
Consumer po sila.
Hindi
So
po
anyway,
magsasaka.
Ang
So, hindi
naging
po stakeholder yun.
yeah, ang naging
FEF po
situation
yun.
Opo.
Paliwanagan natin.
Yeah, ang naging situation nga po kasi is from August of last year up until this time actually, no.
May I know the
Kalahati,
details of that NEDA board meeting on June 3rd? So you are saying now, you are admitting that this 15% reduction did not occur in any of the transcripts because it was never suggested until June 3 at the NEDA board. Is that correct? It certainly doesn't occur in the transcripts of March, September, and October. Wala talaga sa Tariff Commission. Tama si Commissioner Paderon, wala talaga.
Opo, kasi iba nga po yung
Wala
situation
naman, iba naman
ng
yung
inflation
agenda,
noon.
iba naman pinag-uusapan, iba
Mm.
naman yung petitioner, FEF, hindi naman yung EDB o EDG. Eh ngayon, it appeared June 3 NEDA board. Tama po ba? Doon lumabas yung 15%. Sino po nag-suggest?
Sorry po, wala po ako sa na yun sa
May we have the
wala po ako doon
May
sa
we have the transcript of that NEDA board? I believe we requested it actually at the previous hearing, but it wasn't
Mhm.
provided.
kasi po subject po siya to ang tawag doon? Executive privilege kasi NEDA board po siya. NEDA board po 'yon. Kami po NEDA, recommendatory lang po
Gusto
kami. Iba po ang NEDA
kung-
board.
Kung bawal ipakita yung transcript, ay pwede naman daw mag-executive session, papayag naman yung chair
Mm.
namin kasi
Mm.
gusto natin tumbukin yung
Pwede po,
problema.
pwede
no?
po.
Sige.
Pwede na po.
Pero, ang na-establish po natin, yung 15% tariff reduction until 2028 was only proposed and approved on June 3 at the NEDA board without any stakeholders present.
Madam
Is that
Chair.
clear? Who
Yeah.
was present at that NEDA board?
Kahit
bawal yung transcript, sino andon? Yung board lang, di ba?
The
Siyempre.
president,
Okay.
Sec RC, syempre, nandun si
Syempre.
Sec Pascual,
Any members of the EDG? Dapat siguro some of them.
Office of the President,
The president or the office of the president, please?
Office of the President.
Not
Madam, yeah. Siguro, ano na lang namin to kasi wala nga ako doon sa meeting niya.
ES or the president himself?
The President himself, Chair.
Okay, then secretary, sino pa?
Wala nga po ako doon sa meeting eh. So, hihingi na lang namin to be sure.
Okay, if you could let
Yeah.
us know. But clearly, this was a small meeting. It's just a board meeting, right?
It's a board, NEDA board meeting. Tapos,
So it can hardly be considered a public hearing
yeah, Madam
with
Chair.
stakeholders and others, right?
Oh, tsaka siguro nga yung situation na ang tagal na panahon na laging kalahati ng inflation natin, more than half is due to rice.
Yari,
Tapos,
I just want to interject. Noong 2018, nangyari
O,
yan.
tama.
Oh, sila pumunta sa Congress para ipakiusap na i-liberalize ang importation of rice with tariff. Tapos nagpaska kami ng batas. Hindi dinidecide yan ng basta ganun na lang. Oh. And then I made them promise, okay lang na mag-liberalize on importation of rice with tariff, but all the tariff will go back to the farmers para hindi magalit ang farmers. Para may developmental on the part of the farmers.
Ayun lang naman
And
ang-
then, maybe, bababa ang presyo ng rice kasi niliberalize ang importation of rice. Ganon. Eh bakit ngayon NEDA board na lang?
Yeah. At tapos, Madam Chair, just to say as well, no, na yung EO62 actually mandates na magkakaroon ng review for the rice tariff alone every 4 months. So strictly speaking, naging mas maiksi nga eh. Naging every 4 months magkakaroon ng
Anong mangyayari
kung ano
sa
na naman
review?
ang situation. Yeah.
Review. Pero ang nasa presidential issuance, ang liwa-liwanag 2028, yung mga review, wala yan.
Isasubmit po ulit sa dadaan po ulit to sa sa Committee on Tariff Related Matters and yung proseso po ulit.
Magko-conduct kayo ng hearing, sigurado kayo, o NEDA board na lang ang gagawa?
Depende po kasi nag-usap na rin po kami with the selected farmers group na mag-agree kami.
Sinong selected farmers groups? Kanina pa sila nag-aantay kung sino sa
Po,
kanila ang
hindi, wala po sila dito.
Sino kaya yun? Baka FEF na naman at saka
hindi po
ang mga
FEF.
writers groups.
Hindi po FEF, promise.
Sino kaya sila? Sino kinonsulta ninyo? Kasi
Siguro dahil wala rin ako doon na nakwento lang din sa akin yung napag-usapan, itatanong ko muna kung pwede kong sabihin.
Ma'am,
But anyway,
excuse po.
dami mong tihim dito.
hindi. Ang sasabihin ko lang po,
Oh, ayan.
sige.
Kasi po, ma'am, excuse me po, good morning po sa ating lahat. Kasi po kung talaga pong farmers talaga yung naimbitahan, wala po akong nakikitang dahilan para po pumayag po sa ganong bagay. Kasi po, bakit po kanyo? Opo, tama. Nag-i-import po tayo ng bigas para po makaipon tayo ng taripa na pambili po ng mechanization o pampagpaunlad po ng ating agrikultura. Ngayon po kung yan ay tuluyan pong bibigyan po ng ibababa po yan. Siyempre po pagka binabayan, yung mga negosyante import po ng maraming bigas. Di po ba? Tapos po kami, tinuruan po kami ng rice tarification para po gumawa ng maraming bigas. Pag-ani po namin, umasenso po yung pag-ani namin, gaya po dati, nakaka 80 bags lang po kada hektarya. Noong po nag-chemicalization po program, tumaas po ito ng nasa 100 bags. Na ang average po kuminsan 65 kilos per bags. Kaya nangangahulugan sa isang hektarya, nakakaani na po kami ng 6.5 tons. Na dati po yung 5 tons lang po hindi namin makukuha. Ngayon po, kung bababa po yung rice tariff, dadami po yung ani namin. Saan po kaya namin ito idadala? Opo, conforme po ako na ayaw ko po talagang magtaas yung bigas. Dahil po likas po sa ating sambayan ng Pilipino na kumakain po talaga ng bigas. Naintindihan po namin yon bilang pong gumagawa ng bigas. Pero wag naman po sana sa ganung paraan. Pagka po pinakain po natin ng mababang presyo ang ating mga mamamayan at kami naman pong nagsasakripisyo para makapuno kung ano man yung kakulangan ng ating sambayan ng Pilipino para po sa pagkain ng bigas, mapapariwara. Sino pa po kaya ang papalit sa amin pagdating po ng panahon? Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Yan ang talagang sentimiento ng ating sektor. At sa wakas nabasa ko na rin, nakita ko na yung Register of Attendance. Ang narito po, ang nag-attend nung Marso, McDonald's, US Dairy, ang USDA, Cybex Animal Health, at kung sino-sino, wala atang magsasaka nakapag-attend. Nung September, ang oppositor, ang lahat ng farmers. Lahat nag-oppose. Ang liwanag oppositors, Jason Cainglet, Montemayor, Rosendo So, lahat nag-object. So, yung sinasabi ninyo na yung FEF, talaga lahat ng sektor nag-object. Ngayon, yung Register of Attendance, October 23, ang liwa-liwanag, oppositors, nag-object, AGAP, SINAG, UBRA, FFF, PhilMace, SINAG. So, ang ibig sabihin, nag-oppose sila. Pero hindi sila nakonsulta kasi ang lumabas naiiba. Hindi po ba? Ang liwanag naman, oppositor sila, wala silang sinuggest na 15% reduction till 2028. So, yun ang itatanong ko sa NEDA. Talaga bang NEDA board na lang? Kayo na lang ba ang papataw ng taripa? Bahala na yung mga magsasaka natin. Po.
If I may just ang parang based on the mandate nga ng EO60, actually the directive of EO62 that we conduct this review every 4 months. So ang intent po namin is to come up with a review framework na titingnan nga namin yung triggers. So ang binabalanse natin actually is the farm gate price, no? At saka yung retail price of rice. Actually yung inflation ng rice. Kasi kapag halimbawa masyadong bumaba
The market doesn't work that way. We plant way in advance. They
Apa.
import way in advance. Yung mga review na yan, hindi makatotohanan yan sa bukid.
May naman po, meron naman pong way para mag-project. So, tapos ito nga po yung pag-aagrihan namin with the Department of Agriculture.
Namin, ibig sabihin, ang gobyerno lang.
Hindi, isasama nga po namin ang farmers groups.
Hindi nga, binabaliwala. Nakatatlong consultative na kayo. Lahat nag-object hindi man pinansin.
Ito po ayon po doon sa mandato ng EO62. Ganun po yung gagawin namin.
Kasi nga, ang nasa EO62, review lang po. Hindi naman ibubuwag, hindi naman papaltan, hindi naman ihihinto. Review lang. Repaso lang. Pagagandahin lang. Baka palalalain. Baka maging 10% pa. Baka maging 20-20, 20-30. Di natin alam, di ba? Baka palalain eh.
Ma'am, if I may, doon sa
Sensya, praning na kami rito.
doon sa review na sinasabi po ni Yusek Rose, may TWG na gagawin na nag-commit naman si Secretary Balisacan na kasama ang private sector, namely si FFF saka si Sinag po yung na-mention doon nung nag-usap po kami ni Secretary.
Sinag at saka
Manda na eh. Kaya si Secretary Balisacan
Pero
talagang hindi
yun nga po.
natutuwa. Sama-sama na kayong lahat.
nagdemanda na yan, di ba?
O kaya nga, nag-file kaninang umaga ng petition certiorari and prohibition. Kanina nag-file.
Chair,
Po.
depende nga doon sa resulta ng review. Kung halimbawa ang magiging resulta ng review kailangan itaas o kailangan iba.
2028.
Bakit yung nag-file 2028?
Kasi that covers the entire CTP That covers the
Emergency
entire...
Ano
Hindi.
pagkaintindi ninyo sa emergency?
Agency.
Di pa. Yung kasi hanggang
Ang lalaki
2028,
naman niya. Ano ba
Yung-
yung kamatayan yan eh?
yung hanggang 2028 po is the entire comprehensive tariff program. But with respect to rice, every
bakit
4
hindi
months po yun.
Ah.
Every 4
Yeah.
months.
Madam Chair, with the indulgence of Sen Aimee. Madam Chair, maaari po ba mag-interject? Salamat, Madam Chair. In fact po, yung naging rekomendasyon ni Sec. Chu Laurel mismo ng DA na kung ibababa by 20% from 35% to 15% lamang sa isang taon lang. Bakit ang lumabas 4 na taon? Mas kaya pa siguro i-consider yung kay Sec. Chu Laurel. Bakit na-extend ng 3 taon pa hanggang 2028? Salamat, Madam Chair. Sen Aimee.
Ba't binanggit yung 2028? Ang ibig sabihin ng review na napaka-klaro naman sa atin, i-assess, i-examine, at baka paltan. Baka hindi. Baka palalain. Baka ibagsak palalo. O di ba? Review yun eh. Hanggang dun lang. Pero hindi tayo sigurado na babaguhin. Di
Yung po
po
kasing, yung po
At
kasing,
hindi talaga sinasabi na talagang paiikliin ng 1 taon katulad nga ng sinabi ng mismong Sekretary ng Agrikultura.
yun nga po kasi yung
Ang
hanggang,
galing yung 2028.
yung sa comprehensive,
Well, dito nga nagtatapos ang bidyong ito. Kayo naman po ang aking tatanungin mga kabayan. Ano naman po ang inyong mga reaksyon sa balitang ito? Ang ating comment section ay bukas para sa inyong mga samot-saming reaksyon at komento. Lagi niyo pong tatandaan na bilang isang mamamayan ng bansang Pilipinas at bilang isang butante at bilang isang matapat na mamamayan na nagbabayad ng buwis dito sa bansang ito ay kailangan din natin magsalita at mag-react. Huwag kakalimutan, do not let your thoughts left unspoken. As citizen of this country, your thoughts matters. Muli po, kung bago ka pa lamang sa aking channel, huwag kakalimutang mag-subscribe at pindutin ang notification bell upang laging maging updated sa mga bago at nagbabagang mga balita. Huwag din kakalimutang mag-iwan ng like at i-share ang bidyong ito upang ang inyong pamilya, kaibigan at kakilala ay maging aware din sila sa kung anong nangyayari sa ating pinakamamahal na bansang Pilipinas.